Greetings and welcome into my Elite Dangerous stream. We are continuing on with the exploration. I have I'm in the part of scanning through a new, me at least, system, and as I'm quite a ways through it, about good three quarters, might end up doing a full, you call it, scan of the system instead of just scanning a few of the worlds, like the high metal content worlds, like the one that I'm on right now, as well as I've already scanned you. So off to my ship to get my SRV. Hey, Krusty, welcome in. Hope everything's going well for you.
Low gravity warning.
Yep. I changed the cockpit voice to one of the other free uh, voices that you get that's English, so I can A, understand them, and B, not spend money on a voice, because the voice that they have are not ones that I'm interested in paying extra for. Hearing, which is hassle of searching for. At least I don't find it. Other people might find it worth it, but the other planet in this system, when I started searching for bacterium, I could only find two of the three and spend a good 20-30 minutes on it. As such, I just didn't want to deal with that. I could have found all three, but one of the bacterium spots I found, I just couldn't land on my ship at all nearby. So my SRV back in will not be fun. This is a challenge.
Drive assist off. Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging.
Up my frame shift so I can switch back to the
3, 2,
DSS
1.
scanner. Target my next exobiology. What's a flop? That is. be easy and be a flat spot to land, which will make landing a lot easier and driving around just as easy, or just, yeah, landing, flying around, looking for the biology. Keep at a bit of a 25-degree angle. Don't do a bounce all around like I have done fine. Landing gear to get a little more drag, so I'm
Landing gear
slower.
deployed.
Materials. Hard to tell if that is the one we want. There are a few that look very similar. Pop up and then land right back where I was. So I enjoy having the landing gear, like auto landing, so that, okay, because I'm lazy and enjoy not having to worry about some of this, but it can also cause some issues like that, especially for landing on the planet on a non-landing
Low
pad.
gravity warning.
But let's dive over here. These are,
Drive assist off.
they look a little different, so I'm, yep. So it's more of a bush that they are instead of tufts of grass. Since I found one, two relatively close to each other, I'm not going to scan this one because they are, there won't be enough genetic diversity, as they say. It's a case of you're not you're too close to a new last scan. They've got to make it a little harder for people, so they put basically a 500-meter buffer between where you can do scans. So that's why it's highly recommended if you're doing exobiology to have a planetary hangar so you can get an SRV that I'm in
Drive
right
assist
now
off.
to drive around some, do some sort of low fly, forward flying of your ship, just looking for materials that way as well. And then, of course, walking around. But it's, you spend a lot of time walking it around trying to find the 500-meter buffers. So, their V's are, they handle like they do, mostly due to the low gravity, low friction, which probably makes sense from a physics point of view, but the constant spinning out and bouncing around is no fun. Let's check this. Have something first. even if it is just materials to shoot and gobble up. That was my figured I was still too far out with the scanner to show any off-roading here. Keep some of this to simple path. Bouncer. So I'm off this real valley.
Drive assist off.
And then I'm able to pick up the final of 3 scans that you're needed for this section. I'm not going to recall my ship when I can. Take a bit of a loop and drive back to it. So I'm to do that. And with that scan done, system map, I have one high metal world and another world that does have some biological samples, but it's only one, so that's going to be bacterium. So yeah, I'm just going to scan the high metal world. Move on. Boats. And I really don't have much of a plan for where I'm going on this exploration trip. I just sort of pushed out into the black until I stopped really finding planets that had already been mapped and discovered by people, and I'm just choosing random stars that are within my jump range, heading to that, continuing on, seeing where I'm going, as well as stopping by occasionally fleet carriers if I need to pop up on things, but I'm still relatively early on, so other than 2 times where I needed to pick up more limpets due to almost destroying my ship, and then having to restock an SRV that got lost in a chasm. I haven't had the need to stop by a fleet carrier. Thankfully, most of the fleet carriers that are this far out into the black do allow pretty much anyone to land on them, unlike some that are more in the bubble, which when you're in the bubble, you don't need to worry about that too much. You can have people can just have it so that only friends or themselves can land on their fleet carriers, but definitely when you're far out in the black, it's helpful to have these pretty much player organized run relief points, so you don't have to self-destruct your ship and lose weeks or months worth of data that you have picked up. Okay. Definitely need to restock and heal from my SRV next time I
Drive assist off.
land. It'll be in a couple systems.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Super Cruise Assist over or overcharge. Assist is a different module and would have helped me keep, stop that loop of shame, but I don't have assist on ship. I prefer not to run it unless I've got a big, bulky transport ship. Then I'll sometimes it. Seems to be a smaller planet. Some of the other planets I've been able to start doing the service scan 0.20 light years or light seconds away from the front back. So that will give me the full scan, hopefully.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Oh. Ready then. I missed one of my probes. Did not back. Hopefully that one will get me the last 40 or so percent scan. Okay, so that I did more than the. I'm gonna have to launch more probes than what they sort of said for an efficient scan, which just means I'll still get the money for being the first person to scan this planet, but I will not be getting the 25% efficiency bonus, which is disappointing.
Orbital flight engaged. Surface scan complete.
Scan. Galaxy map. Get my route recharted.
Frameshift drive charging.
Jump into the new system. Giants. Body. Proxy body. No features. Both with no features. Looks to be all behind the sun. And also seems, yep, is a scoopable sun. Definitely used up a good amount of fuel in that last system I was in.
Fuel scooping complete.
Scooping is good to do. Alright, on to the campaign. This system definitely looks like it has been at least partially scanned by someone else due to the asteroid clusters already being shown
System
up.
scan complete.
And then we go into the galaxy map. Yeah, this high metal world, that was one of the first ones. I didn't have to scan for that one, so somebody has definitely been out here, but or it was close enough to where I jumped in that I immediately discovered it. But since nobody had, there is no first map, first discovered on it, that just means they're either still out in the black and haven't turned in the data, or I am, in fact, the one who discovered it first, jumping into the system and doing the first scan of the system, which if somebody else was the first one and they end up selling that data first, that's fine. I would probably lose about half of the value of the planet, but that's not the end of the world, especially when you go out for weeks or months at a time. Closer to the light sector. Okay. Be closer to point 2. Already start scanning it. Need to drop my speed. afterwards.
Surface scanned by 50%.
67. Center, and then your side of the planet also has a section. %, other side of the planet. One of the things last night or the day before I discovered while scanning is the ability to switch which side of the planet you're being shown. So you can tell where you need to fly to get the scanning or send the probe, which I I didn't look into too much going in, at least exploring wise, so I admit I was pleasantly surprised, and that has helped really make the various time taking to scan a planet faster. Because you want to launch the probes in the sort of darker blue area over the light blue, because light blue signifies it's. And
Surface scan complete.
it took us the full 8 or so, maybe 7, to scan it, but as it was an 8 efficiency target, I made it in enough probes. So we got the extra 25%. We're jumping to the next system.
Four, three.
I definitely go through some of these systems where it's either just a sun or 3 suns, no planet, or no planetary bodies, sun, asteroid belt, and you scan and you jump on, or you get systems like that where there is no biological data to be found, so you just scan the first planet or whatever planets need to be scanned and continue on. I see bodies. Right. We have 4 worlds of that. Together. And icy bodies are from the what you I found online. You only get about 1,000 or so for mapping them. Maybe a total of 5 or 6,000 for first discovery, full spectrum scan, detailed surface scan. So it's unless they have 2, 3, 7 biological on them, I don't scan icy bodies. Same with rocky bodies or rocky icy bodies. Those are the 3 really lower pain ones, and then gas giants take forever to scan. So I might scan the rings just on the off chance there's something cool hotspots for mining, but other than that, I don't. Or systems with 3 suns. That is.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Just a single icy body, not needed to And really, since I'm not looking to go anywhere and I'm just out to discover stuff, I'm taking smaller jumps while I can. There will be a point where the stars start to spread out, so I won't be able to do 5 light year, 1 light year jumps between systems, and we'll have to go closer to my max of 35.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging.
God, up to
4, 3, 2, 1.
80 or so percent. Hey Delta, welcome in. Hope everything's going well on your end since we last talked. Kids not causing too many problems. Either of them.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Icy. Usually when there's a high at like 20, more than about 15, you luck out and you get, there's a chance of getting ammonia worlds, water world, earth-like worlds, which all give good amount of money for scan data. So here's a 2 biological, but you also can luck out and get multiple planets that have various biological samples. Just you're rolling the dice often. And since the one that I did scan a little back showed to have 2, I'm definitely going to be stopping by because that'll mean there's a bacterium and then something else. That is a geological one. Those, when you scan it and you look for that, they are ones that will have the ability to get more engineering math. So things like sulfur, iron, which will show up not in your actual cargo hold, but in your inventory. So it is one way that you can go about getting those materials. And I don't think you can get, no, you don't get some of the more absolutely rare things. You'll only ever really find the resources that are found there. So you'll find the like nickel for this planet. You would find those, and the lower percentage ones are a lot rarer to find. But on those planets with the geological formations, you can land, drive around for those formations, and have a better chance at finding various things. That looks to be the only one behind. I did it once on a planet that had a couple biological and a couple geographical. I found a geographical place and figured might as well, since I'm here in my SRV, to check it out. And a little disappointed that it wasn't anything overly special. Bio.
System
and then
scan complete.
one biologic. So I'm not checking out that last system. Uh, Astronomically wise, close together. Is to get out of the sun's gravity well. Get it all. Some speed, you definitely want to be stay sort of like close to the 7 second mark as you're slowing down with speed in blue to really keep yourself from shooting. Scanning wise, it's a little different than when you're flying to a fort because once you get close enough, you can drop out, and as long as you have a chance to hit that dropout point, don't to do too much more lining. One's going might be a tight one.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Oh, there we go.
Surface scan complete.
Here, some of these smaller circles are probably asteroid impacts
Orbital flight
that
engaged.
get, but you can't go straight in onto a planet. You have to come in at a bit of an angle, keeping close to sort of a 45-degree angle. Should be hitting the actual glide instead of barely. Or just gliding. As long as we stay within the blue area, I will be able to find what I am looking for. Might have been worth trying to search for on the dark side of the planet simply so it's not so bad. Oh, yeah, we're gonna bounce, we're gonna bounce, we're gonna bounce. X. And that is what I didn't want to do. That also gives us a sort of like renders in some of the mushrooms that we are looking for, and didn't break my shield. Almost did. Dropped down to 30%, which things like that is definitely why you want to have a shield while you're exploring. You may not run into pirates or anything, but there is a chance you might run into some thoragoids, which that would definitely not be good. Or anything else that the might be out in the dark that hasn't been discovered. Being the first to discover a new alien race would
Fuel replenished.
probably be very terrifying for people. Wouldn't know what's going on, how to, other than turn around and driving very fast away from them, how to escape. If you could even escape from them, they might just shoot you and go from there, and that would be a not good first contact. And we'd have a new war to go through on Elite Dangerous, since we just finished up the Thorgoid one. Past that, drive towards my ship.
Drive assist off.
Two. I'm gonna skip this first one. Continue to, or even this. I'm gonna count those two as one section into a rock.
Compromised.
Chassis, you. It seems to will auto repair when you land or dock with the ship, unlike fuel. So you don't have to worry too much about redoing your fixing the armor on the SRV, unless you're on a long trip
off.
away from your ship. But since it's should, yep, give me the scan that I need. I off the large mushroom. Back to my ship. Slow down. Boarding slot.
assist off.
And we can leave this one. Target the
Landing gear retracted.
second one. Head over there.
Frameshift drive charging.
Escape
4,
here to
3,
really let me
2,
get out
1.
quicker.
Engage.
Let's just look into some stream aloud non-cut screen. This just to fill up some of the space when I'm talking.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Same like item that I was looking for on the other planet and is going to be found on this planet. Hopefully we bounce again. Probably did some module damage. Even though my shield doesn't.
Orbital flight engaged.
Raiders over here. Angle. About 25 kilometers from the surface, you will, if angled at it like that, will drop into glide. You know. Better somehow. Hey, Double Tap, welcome in. Glad to have you. Currently, somewhat fighting some snow blindness, as it were, to get there. Yeah, I'm
Landing gear deployed.
definitely next time dealing with a icy planet like this so close to the sun. Gonna hit up the slow down. It's okay. Zeroed out so that auto landing could happen. Let's yeah, but definitely looking for some things on the night side of a planet with night vision. I've done before, and it is pretty cool. I wouldn't be dealing with that
Low gravity warning.
snow blindness issue, which is never any fun. People who live in cold
Drive
areas
assist
and have
off.
dealt with snow definitely know what I'm talking about. The whole nation of finishing the scan and actually finish. You guys look hopefully more than 500 away. Voucher for discovering
Drive
one of the
assist
few
off.
things that I forget to do at times within the pulse radius. Yeah, well, that whole area will be too close. So, that one. Speed manual. There's a speed up and go off a rock and almost flip vehicle.
Drive assist off.
Station was nothing I worry about. Just in actually important. They would either call or text me. Actually, probably just one of my various junk things coming in. Seems to be
Drive assist off.
do it. cleared. And now we can leave the system. These were the two planets worthwhile biological samples to collect, and no planets really worth scanning other than these two. The road again.
Chassis integrity compromised.
Guess that rock is one that I couldn't just drive over very easily. Slam harder. Oh,
Drive assist off. Landing gear retracted.
that dude is still good.
Frameshift drive charging.
Go to the horizon.
Four,
Keep
three,
close to it so that I
two,
can snap like that, but not get remass locked.
fuel scooping.
Large
Fuel scooping complete.
icy body, gas giant. Side. Hey Maxie, welcome in. Glad to hope your dad has a good birthday. Glad to see you around. Signals is
System scan complete.
alright. So there was no biological symbols. I mean, it is a Irish birthday, so I would be a little surprised if there wasn't a lot of alcohol involved. But
Frameshift drive
don't
charging.
drink too much and do overly stupid decisions.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
That's true. Logical. That's Miriam. Fair enough. Have a good time. Tell your dad a happy birthday.
System scan complete. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
That. Little excited that I might have found the Earth-like world on it. Oh, over. Bird. I met that symbol on the spectrum. Everyone seemed to be so. Get around and
System scan complete.
see where the metal well, relatively close to the sun that I jumped into, the largest mass in the system, so I don't have to spend too much time traveling to them. Some trip to block off it all right on that. Yep, that first one I launched definitely was a miss, but there it goes.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
that.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
These two planets out of this one. Another small. Not orbiting actual planet. Probably. Can't be considered a actual.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Oh well. That was on me for using the chip. Beat up normal.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Nation.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one.
star system.
System scan complete.
4 stars. Looked to be when I first jumped in.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel
15
scooping complete.
is a rich planet with an atmosphere that's non-terraformable. Interesting. Just some always too high idle content world. Spending some time here scanning. Looks like another asteroid cluster within this system as well. That way. Zoom is all right. So shit.
System scan complete.
Good. 10 or so planets with that are high metal. That's going to be here for quite a while. And two rocky ice bit just to fill it out. I'll probably end up scanning them anyway. All right. With that message, I definitely need to end the broadcast here. But it was good uh hanging out with everyone. Glad you guys were able to stick around. I will be continuing on with the exploration within Elite Dangerous Wednesday at probably 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So until then, see you all later.